Hello, YouTube, Twitch, FC2. Justin, aka Demonic Sweaters, here again with another live stream. This is, well, with this series of live streams, I think this is number 7 now of these types. And I think they've come a long way. When I first started, it was pretty rough. You know, we had some audio sync issues. I was out of practice. We were getting, you know, having some technical difficulties here and there, but now I think it's all, well, I don't want to jinx this one, but most of the most recent ones have been pretty good. So anyway, thanks for watching, and thanks for everybody coming back and hanging out again. And JK, thanks for the comment on the hair. It's turning green. It actually was blue, but because of like the blonde underneath, because I had to bleach it first. And also there's a filter on the camera that makes it look even more green. If I turn that filter off, let me show you what it looks like without the filter. There's no filter. Still looks green, I guess, but a little less green. So, But yeah, thanks. Yeah, it was blue, and then Manic Panic only lasts so long, like the hair dye. Like every time you wash it, like blue just, you hit this rush of blue dye coming out. But yeah, so I actually have a couple of new songs that I wanted to play today, like brand new songs. You guys have never heard these at all. They haven't been released anywhere. And I've been working on recording some stuff, some new stuff. I mean, I just released a new album. So actually, before I even talk about the new songs, I should try to promote the existing things that I always, a lot of times I release stuff so fast that by the time I get the last one out, I'm like promoting the new one. But first off, if you haven't heard the new album yet, 333, check that out at anthillrecordings.bandcamp.com. And you can purchase it there digitally. You can also stream it on all the streaming services. And I think it's my best one yet, quite honestly. I just had a lot of fun playing the stuff on it. And there's a lot of analog synths on there. And I just think, it just came out really good. I'm really happy with it. So that's there. You can pick that up, anthillrecordings.bandcamp.com. There's also plenty of merch. If you guys want to get the previous album, Can You Draw Me?, which is available on CD, as you can see right there. That's only $7 at anthillrecordings.bandcamp.com. And it comes in this cool, like, digital eco-friendly pack. So that's that. And then we also have Minnesota As the Sun Rises Deluxe Edition. And if you didn't know, Minnesota is my other project where it's still just me, but it just sounds different. It sounds totally different than Demonic Sweaters. Demonic Sweaters is like kind of quirky and crazy and a lot of synthesizers and stuff. And Minnesota is more mellow and more guitars and basses and acoustic guitar. But there's still drums and acoustic drums too. Demonic Sweaters has a lot of electronic drums, whereas Minnesota is mostly acoustic stuff. But I think this one came out really good too. This one's $10. It comes in the full digipack here. Full professionally produced CD. You can also stream all this stuff everywhere, on all the streaming services. And I also have T-shirts. So I'm wearing one right now. Of course, I cut this one to make it a little bit more breathable. But this is the newest design, and I think this one is really awesome. Demonic Sweaters T-shirt. And then we also have, the previous one right here, which is like the YouTube Demonic Sweaters logo. And these are all, if you go, well, I guess it's available. If you're watching on YouTube, you'll see the link there in YouTube. But if you also just go to demonicsweaters.com and click on apparel, that'll take you to the link of these. And Twitch, they should be down in the bottom as well. So they're there. The links are all around, all over the place. These ones I think look really cool. And this one I did on like I forgot that I had made this logo. Like the story of this logo is like I made this a long time ago and I forgot what I actually like did it in, like what program I made it in. Like, and I still can't remember. But my friend Ian, who watches me from Canada sometimes, he had like found this logo online, and printed out this poster of it. And I saw it on his wall, like he had it on his wall behind something he was doing on like one of his Instagram posts. And I was like, hey, where'd you get the Demonic Sweaters logo? Like, because I couldn't find it anymore. I didn't know where I put it, and like what I made it in. And so he sent me the original file again, and then I was able to make the T-shirt. So thanks to Ian for helping me get that figured out and getting that T-shirt up again. And yeah, I guess that's all the merch. There's also, well, I always forget to show you guys, but I still have the first Minnesota album on 180-gram vinyl, too. You can pick that up there on Anthill Recordings as well. So, I believe everything is working now this time. I just didn't schedule a stream ahead of time on YouTube because that seems to be causing problems recently. Last thing I forgot to mention. The drumless tracks. Drumless tracks are now available. And if you watched last week, we were doing a lot of requests off of those, and that's also at anthillrecordings.bandcamp.com. And there's 25 tracks, drumless songs for $15 you can download and play along. They all have the BPM and the time signatures written out on the song titles. So you can download those and play along to these songs if you want to. And if you purchase the full version, like the $15 version, every time I add new content to it, you'll get all the new stuff for free. Because basically you can just go back to download. You can go back to Bandcamp and download like anything you already purchased. So I'll just keep adding to the same album, and you'll be able to download that stuff. And I have a lot more stuff that I'm going to put on there pretty soon. I just haven't had a chance yet, but pretty soon. I have like, there's all the driving songs material, a lot of stuff off of the Pandemos that I haven't put on there yet, that I already have drumless versions. I just need to make sure that the BPMs are all correct and everything, and get them all up there. So yeah, check that out if you want to play any of this stuff on drums. And I would love to see you guys, you know, like do your versions of them and post them online. That would be really cool. I'd love to see that stuff. And Transnebula, hey, how's it going? And Transnebula was somebody who supported the drumless versions already, and said they were gonna do some streams and do some of those songs. That would be really cool. I'd love to see that. So let's go ahead and play a song. One that I haven't done for a while. I don't know if this is a good idea to start with this, but hey, why not? Because I haven't practiced it in a while. Is a song called No Disc, and this is off of Can You Draw Me? So yeah, I'll give it a shot, whatever. If it's a train wreck, you know, it's because I haven't practiced. But let's go ahead and turn on that automatic camera switcher, because I always forget to do that in the beginning. Okay, so that's going now. And let me just test this real quick. Transnebula says, hey, I'm not good enough for them yet. Well, I mean, you don't have to play them exactly like how I play them. You can also, like, you know, just play you know, a different put your own take on like the drum parts. Like, that's totally fine too. Oh, thanks for following Haas00312, another Twitch follower. That's good, because I need some more Twitch followers. I don't have that many. Okay, let's get going. Let's play No Disc. I mute my mic. All right, that was No Disc off of Can You Draw Me? And that one came out last year? Was it last year already? No. Was it? Yeah, it was like the end of last year. Can You Draw Me came out in December. And Transnebula, woo woo wee, woo woo you woo ah. JK, I'd love to hear Wrangler or Bimini Boy. Those are I'm not prepared for those today. Those are two Minnesota songs, but yeah, at some point I want to do a full Minnesota stream of all Minnesota stuff. I just have to get ready to do that. I don't have them loaded up or anything here. Right now, the only requests I can do are all the stuff that's on the drumless versions, the drumless library at Anthill Recordings. So if you have any requests for today, just pick it off of that, out of those 25 songs. But at some point, yeah, soon, I'll do all Minnesota stuff. I just have to prepare. I haven't been practicing that stuff at all either, so I have to get everything ready and make some drum kits for it, because that's all acoustic drums, so I kind of want to program some new drum kits, and we'll see. I don't know exactly how I'll do it just yet, but at some point, I will. Next week, though, there's not going to be a stream. I finally am going to take a break next week, because I've been doing this every week in a row for 7 weeks now. So going to take the next week off, next Tuesday off, and then the week after that I'll be back. So, but anyway, thanks for all of you out there. Jake, you're a regular here. I really appreciate that. That's really awesome. And Transnebula, and anybody else who's out there who haven't said hey yet. Oh, thanks for following Judy or Judge Judy Slayer. I love that name, Judge Judy Slayer. Judge Judy was awesome. I used to watch Judge Judy all the time. Do those court type shows even exist anymore? Like where they have like the People's Court and Judge Judy and like those small claims court shows. Do those even exist these days? I don't know. Somebody tell me. Sorry, I'm drinking coffee. Well, I don't know why I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry I'm drinking coffee. I love coffee. But I'm sorry that you hear me slurping in the microphone. That's probably gross. So I'll try to cover the mic when I do that. Anyway, what should I play next? I kind of want to do something I didn't do last week. Like that one. No disc. But I also want to play you guys these two new songs. Hopefully I can get through these without really screwing up. JK, how about these new teasers you're talking about? Geez, Transnebula got Judge Judy got $40 million a year. That's insane. Maybe I should become a small claims TV judge. I was just saying the other day to Victor, like I would be the worst dictator in the world. I'm horrible. Like living in New York City, you get so like frustrated and disgusted with all like people around you and everything. Like I was like the other day, I was like, people shouldn't be allowed to have dogs. Like no dogs. Like because the dog, like people like let their dogs poop everywhere here, like on the street and pee like on the sidewalk and poop everywhere. They never clean it up. And I was just like, yeah, just ban dogs. No dogs. Nobody should have dogs anymore. I mean, I love dogs, but you know what I mean. Maybe you don't. Anyway, okay, I'll try one. Let's do one of the new ones. I hope this is good. I practiced these the other day. And I might as well play the harder one first. So just get that out of the way. This one's got some crazy time changes in it. But I think it's pretty darn cool. So anyway, this song is called Form. To give you a little insight into what the new project is and why I'm calling this song Form, it's not like form, like, ooh, it's the form of a song. It's actually named after a virus, like a computer virus. So all the new songs on all the new album are all named after computer viruses. Because I'm making this whole record with like, basically it's all analog synths and drums, like electronic drums. So it has this really like you'll see, you'll hear it when I start playing this stuff. Like everything, it's just fitting. You know, the music that I'm making, it's kind of like I'm trying to make the musical equivalent of computer viruses in sound, in audio. So anyway, let's go ahead and play Form. This is a brand new song, and it's going to be on the album Happy 99 whenever that gets completed. I don't know when yet, but at some point. in the next few months. So anyway, here we go. Form. All right, yeah, that one's called Form. And that went fairly well. One little in there, but it wasn't too bad. Not too bad. That one's a lot of fun to play. Yeah, that little slow down. It's actually what happens there is the the beat or the bass line basically switches to a triplet feel. So it's going like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then it goes 1 da 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 da. And then I just play, instead of playing a triplet feel to it, I basically subdivided the rhythm, you know, to make it fit that triplet feel. So if you, but the whole time the metronome is still going in my ear in 4/4 over that. So that's like the trickiest part, is really just playing it with that constant 4 beat clicking in my headphones. But actually it kind of works that way, because it's like, I don't know, when you switch back to the other part, it's not so difficult to go back to that faster. So synthesizers used in there was the Behringer TD-3, TB303 bass synth emulator thing. Well, not emulator, it's like basically just a recreation. And then also the Behringer, they're all Behringer synths. It's the Behringer Crave, which is like basically their copy of the Moog Mother 32. And then the Behringer Model D, which is the copy of the Moog Mini Moog. And I also just picked up a Cat, Behringer Cat. So now I have 4. I went a little bit crazy. The problem is with those Behringer synths is they're really awesome and they're not that expensive. Like for under $1,000, I got 4 analog synthesizers. Where if I were buying just one of those synths, you know, like just one of them would cost, like if I were to buy a real Mini Moog, it would cost like, I don't even know how much, like $3,000 maybe. Mother 32, I think, is the cheapest one out of the one, like out of the, you know, if I were to buy the real ones, but it's still like, I think like almost 1,000, or maybe not quite that much. But that one's actually really cool. The Crave is like, and the Crave is fairly inexpensive. If you're looking to get one Behringer analog synth, the Crave is like $200, and you can do a lot with that thing. Like a lot of the really, really twisted sounds on that song you were just hearing were coming from the Crave. Because it's very modular, it has like the whole like patch bay on it and stuff, so you can add in a lot of, you know, you can basically, even though it only has one, like technically one oscillator, you can like, you know, patch the LFO back into the audio and make it an oscillator too. You can also do that with a filter. So you have like a ton of options you could do with the Crave. Like it's really cool. And but right now, like after I bought like all of them, I would say my 2 favorites are the TD-3, just because I love that bass sound. Like it's, I mean, even though that's all it does, but it's just so cool. Like I love it. And then the Cat. The Cat, I haven't even really, well, the next song that I'm about to play, well, I'll play a little bit later. The next new one that I'm going to play has the Cat in it, and the Cat is just crazy. Like you can make so many insane sounds with this thing. And it's kind of hard, it's like harder to understand. Like even if you're familiar with synthesis, it's taken me a little while to kind of get grips on the Cat. Because the way it's laid out is just different. Like it has so many different like modulators on it, and like you can just, it has so many things that you can route into one another and like just do so much weird stuff with it. It's really cool, but it's, I think, the best one out of all of them that I have. The Model D I like a lot. I mean, it sounds great, but it's not like, I don't know, if I were going to recommend them, I think I would recommend maybe the Cat first, and then the TD-3, and then the Crave, and then the Model D, maybe the last of all those. But I still really like it. I mean, it's got some great sounds. I'm not like bashing it at all. They're all awesome. I'm glad I got all of them. Anyway, I need to stop because I blew all my money. That's why I had to sell my TD-27, because I was like buying synths. But anyway, JK, have you heard about that rad instrument called a theremin? Yeah, totally. I mean, it's like the woo. I used to have a light theremin, where like it was based on light waves, and so like the closer I made it, actually I made it from a kit, but it worked pretty much the same. They're just not as accurate, but the closer you get to it, you know, it's like in block off light, like I think the higher the pitch got. But of course it would vary widely depending on what, like how brightly lit the room or environment you were in was. Transnebula saying I'm broke now. Isn't the theremin hand wave thing? Yeah, it's like, except the theremin has two, you can do 2 things. There's like one like loop looking wire thing that I think changes the pitch, and then the other one changes the volume. So there's like, you can actually like really, like people can really play the theremin if they get really good at it, you know, and like really create like musical like notes and stuff and scores, and it's pretty cool. But like with the light ones, they're really not very accurate. It's just kind of like, you know, it just goes like, it's on some of my older recordings, but I ended up breaking it, like, because the case that I put it in was like this really cheap, like it was like a toy cell phone, like plastic toy cell phone box that I put it in, and it like like carrying around in my backpack over and over again. It eventually just died. It got smashed. Okay, let's play another one. Let's see. JK, people look awesome while playing them. They get in the zone. Yeah. It's like they're doing some kind of like Doctor Strange kind of like magical spell or something. They're like, all right, let's see. How about trying to pick some more that I didn't play last week. I didn't play Ghost Image last week. Nor did I play Megalithic Eyes or Long Skinny Arms and Fingers. Or 11, or Drunk Science. Goblins. Well, Goblins is, I don't know. I mean, I could just play it, but there's no drums in it. It's just, I could just play the song, but maybe I'll put that on a break when I go to the bathroom or something later. Yeah, there's no drums in Goblins. I don't know if I want to do, not really, well, I could. I could do, I'm thinking out loud here. Let's do Drunk Science. That one's pretty mellow. I've only played it like one other time, so let's go ahead and play that one. Let me select the right kit here. This one I use the Muffy kit.
We won't have that if we make a mistake.
There. Am I doing all right, Professor?
Fine, fine. Now, lift the lid under the vial. Easy, easy. That's it. Now, lift up the graduate glass and put it in the access chamber. Well done, Steve. Now, lift up the chamber. That's it. Now, we'll take this into the dry box. Where we can handle it safely. You're getting quite an expert at this. I don't know what I'd do without you. Now, let's see how we make out. It's one thing to develop a formula on paper, another to make it work. So far, we found almost consistent instability in the material. One batch of deuterium varies sharply from the next.
What do you want to try it on this time?
One of the vaporettes. That bus. It only stops on signal, you know.
Oh, I know. Anything I can get for you?
No, thanks. We'll run those tissue tests when you come back.
Right.
Have fun.
I'm just going to go right into 333. All right, that was Drunk Science followed by 333. I just went right into 333 there. After Drunk Science, and thanks for the follow there, Haas00312. And thanks, Trans Nebula, for the comment. I kind of screwed up in the beginning, actually. Well, two things. I had the wrong kit selected on the. I was supposed to be using this set, this one. That's the one I used on the album, but I accidentally used the. It didn't sound that much drastically different, but I would have. Maybe I'll play it again later, just so I can get a better version of it on recording. But yeah, that one, and then I went. The beginning too was a little screwy, but you know, I'm my own worst critic. But anyway, that was a lot of fun. That one's on 333, and once again, you can pick that up at anthillrecordings.bandcamp.com. You can also pick up CDs there. You can order T-shirts if you go to demonicsweaters.com or below in the Twitch page. And you know, got a couple new followers today on Twitch. Welcome everybody. Thanks for checking out the stream. Okay, so and also there's just to keep saying this stuff. I know some of you are here all the time, and you know, I don't want you to get tired of me saying the same things over and over again. But you know, for those people that are new here, there's drumless versions of all these songs at anthillrecordings.bandcamp.com. And you can pick those up there. Right now there's 25 songs for $15. And as I add new tracks, it's basically just called the drumless library. So as I add new tracks and add them on there, if you purchase the full version, you'll always get all the additions for free. So you only have to purchase it once. And yeah, so anyway, check that out. And JK says clean money. Okay, yeah, that's a good one to try. I haven't gotten a good one, a good version of that one yet on one of these streams. For some reason, I don't know. Like I have like a mental block on that song, but I'll try it. But yeah, it just seemed to be every time I go to play it, I've not done a great job. That song, when I recorded it originally, like I've done so many different versions of that song too. Like I have like a ton of different recordings of that one because the first time I ever played it, I actually recorded that song when I was in Florida last Christmas, visiting my mom. And the first time I played it, I recorded it with a drum cat, you know, like DK10, you know, the drum pad thing, and did a video of it back then of me playing the drum cat, and it was all electronic. And then I did an acoustic version. Well, it was a hybrid version. I was using this kit, except it was set up hybrid, so I was using real cymbals and real drum heads, but still had the triggers layered in on top of it. And then for the album, I redid it again with the full electronic version. So yeah, I have like 3 different versions of that, all of which are on YouTube somewhere. Anyway, okay, I'll give that a shot. So let's do Clean Money. This one is in, I think it's in 7/8. Yeah, 7/8 time signature. So here we go. I'll do my best. Hopefully it's good. All right, that was Clean Money off of 333. Once again, the new album you can purchase at anthillrecordings.bandcamp.com. You can stream it on all the streaming services. Streaming services. So thanks for everybody for watching that. And let's see comments here. All your versions are great, bro, says Jake K. Thanks. Thank you. I'll take that. I'll take the compliment. Trans Nebula, that's amazing. Thanks, Trans. And Raider FPV, wow, just came here from a work meeting, and what a difference in sound quality. Sounds great. Thanks. Thank you. Yeah, I'm trying not, like, once I got it set up good, I just try not to touch anything. Because it's really touchy, you know, all the levels, getting them just perfect. Jake K, killing it. Thanks, Jake. And Cody Johnston. Hey, Cody. Thanks for the love, and thanks for coming on the stream. I have not seen you here yet, I don't think. Or if I did, sorry if I forgot. So yeah, that one's on 333, and let's just talk about the merch again. If you guys want to support me, you can do so by picking up something from anthillrecordings.bandcamp.com. I have CDs. This is Can You Draw Me on CD, which is last year's release, and I'll play some more stuff off of this one too. And this one's in this eco-friendly cardboard wallet type thing with full color artwork, professionally produced, as well as Minnesota As the Sun Rises Deluxe Edition on Digipack. And this one's also my other project, All Just Me. This one's $10. The Demonic Sweaters one is $7. There's also some other Demonic Sweater CDRs on there, and you can pick up the new album, 333, the download, and T-shirts. We have the original YouTube logo right here, and the one I'm wearing right now, which is the Pandemos, except I cut this one. And then we have the newest T-shirt, which I think is really cool, right here. And I love the artwork on this one. I did not do this artwork. I hired an artist to do that. They did a really good job. And what was I going to say? No, I forget. Anyway, it'll come back to me. Ya, good night from Cambodia. Wow. Hey, Ya. Thanks for tuning in. That's awesome. Is anybody watching on FC2? I better check that. Let's see. Nobody there, or nobody commenting. The thing is, too, I guess I should realize that FC2 is largely watched in Japan, so it's actually like 2:16 in the morning there. So, like, that's probably a good part of the reason why nobody really watches it. I do notice that the rebroadcast people seem to watch. So I'll just keep doing it there anyways. Yeah, that's very cool from Cambodia. That's really awesome. Thanks for subscribing, and thanks for supporting. And yeah, and I don't use Patreon or anything like that. I just use anthillrecordings.bandcamp.com. So if you guys want to support me, that's the best way to do it. You can also do the tipping link and all of that, or just stream me on all the streaming services. You know, I'm trying to get up to 200 followers on Spotify. It's slow gaining followers on Spotify. I have like 130 right now, I think. So help me get that up to 200. If you can't, you know, buy anything or anything like that, follow me on Spotify, Apple Music as well, and anywhere else, any streaming thing you use, I am on all of them, so check it out. Anyway, oh, and again, the drumless library is available at anthillrecordings.bandcamp.com. If you want to make a request of a song off of that library for me to play today, I can do that as well. So until we do, all right, maybe I should play the other new one. You guys want to hear the other new one? This one is back on the virus theme, computer virus theme. It just seemed appropriate, you know, to do that with, you know, the pandemic and all this stuff. Viruses are on everybody's mind. And I was like, you know, computer viruses now are something that, like, very few people talk about. And the history of computer viruses is actually quite interesting. I was, like, reading, and, like, I got all the names of all these songs, these new songs that I'm doing. They're all names of computer viruses. The last one was called Form. This next one I'm going to play is called Cybot. And Cybot was actually a virus that could, like, infect routers. You know, so it's pretty interesting. And the album, I think I'm going to use Happy 99, because that was a computer virus in the year 1999 that was largely harmless, but it infected a ton of people. But there's a clothing company that already used that name, Happy 99, but I don't think it really matters. Their stuff's kind of cool, too, but it's super expensive. But, yeah, I'll probably go with that. I like it, you know, all one word, Happy 99. I think that's kind of cool. Anyway, all right, let's do the new one. This is called Cybot. And let me actually just sit here and try to refresh my memory a little bit how this one even goes. This one's really weird. Like, I'm just going to warn you right now, this is like probably one of the weirdest songs I've ever made. And that's pretty weird. If you listen to my music, you'll know that if I'm saying this is one of the weirdest songs I've ever made, it's definitely going to be weird. And this one is actually another one in 7. This one's in 7/4, whereas the last one, Clean Money, is in 7/8, but this one's in 7/4. And it's just, you'll see. This one I'm using all kinds of analog synths on it and just got really crazy with them. So it's a lot of fun, though. But let's go ahead and do it. So this is called Cybot. It's yet to be released. It's going to be on the new album coming out in the near future. So here we go. All right. That was Cybot, brand new one. And thanks for following Chris Former on Twitch. Wow, I think this is the most Twitch followers I've gotten in a single day. That's great. But thanks, man. And that one, as you can tell, it's pretty strange. But I really enjoy that one. There was one part where I lost the pattern, so I just stopped. And then I started again. You probably noticed. But that one, when I was working out the drum part for it, I wanted to do something that was like this repeating kind of linear pattern that I thought was interesting, you know, in those verses. And so I came up with that. Which, since it's in 7/4, it kind of has that, you know, like it's like a pattern, then I reverse it, and then I put it back the right way, and like, I don't know, I just thought it was pretty cool. And it kind of gets like almost like a trance type thing. JK says some of my comments aren't going through. If you're posting like links or something like that, that could be a reason why, because YouTube tends to filter those out. Also, I'm looking on Restream chat, so maybe that's why. Let me look on YouTube and see. Maybe I'll see him there. Hold on, you might hear an echo here for a second. Oh no, it's still muted. Oh yeah, Cody was commenting too. Okay, so yeah, I see a lot of them are getting blocked. Man, YouTube is like blocking stuff that just does not need to be blocked. Dick Laurent, I think because it thinks that that's a swear word. And then also, let's see, Cody said something. Holy shite, love that composition. Kind of hits me like an even denser Trans Am. Where do I buy a shirt? It's not on Bandcamp. Oh, cool. Thanks, Cody. Go to just demonicsweaters.com, and you'll see there's an apparel link. And then there's also, like, I don't know, if you have an ad blocker, I don't think you can see it on YouTube. But there's a link on YouTube too, but a lot of times it gets blocked. So just go to the apparel link on demonicsweaters.com, and all the shirts are there. But yeah, thanks. Yeah, Trans Am, I have an interesting history with that band, sort of. I mean, I've met those guys. I've worked with those guys in the past, recorded in their studio with an old band that I was in like years and years ago. Yeah, so, and then I saw them a bunch of times back in the 90s and stuff. But yeah, pretty cool. They definitely had a few really cool albums. I really liked Future World was one of my favorites of theirs. And the first one, the first Trans Am, I thought was really good. And then there was one that came out a couple years ago too that was pretty good. I think it was called Redline. That one was good. Cool stuff. I'm a big fan of that whole experimental synthy, you know, like noise rock of the 90s and early 2000s. And like, that's cool you brought that up, because it's funny like how many people don't get that stuff these days. Like, I'll send my music to like blogs and stuff to review it, and they're like like, what the hell is this? Like, they have no reference point at all. They're like, they just do not understand it at all. It's like really funny. I mean, it's kind of annoying, but it's also funny because, like, I don't know, I'm glad that it just hits people like they're just like, what is this insane weird music? Like, I love that. Sorry, I was fixing my trigger there if you were wondering why I was like molesting my bass drum. Yeah, but it's funny. I mean, I don't know. I guess it's just, you know, a lot of time has passed, and a lot of people forgot about those kind of bands. But there's also a definite like Devo influence, especially in that one. If you've ever listened to like the early Devo stuff, like hardcore Devo type stuff, like not type stuff, but there's two. If you're not familiar, there's like two releases of Devo, like compilation Devo releases called Hardcore Devo Volumes 1 and 2. And it's all of their really, really early stuff. And it's just really strange. Like disturbingly bizarre music. Like, but it's so good. Like, I love those Hardcore Devo albums. And almost more than their later stuff. I mean, I like a lot of the later stuff too. And Devo, I've mentioned this before, were the very first band I ever got into when I was a kid. When I was like 4 years old. I loved Devo. And I had like the hat, you know, like the energy dome. and like all that stuff. Like I was like a 4-year-old Devo fan. De-Evolution. And I don't know if you guys have heard if you know Jerry Casale, Devo, one of Devo's main contributors, actually just released a new song that's actually really good. It's called I'm Gonna Pay You Back, and the video for it is awesome too. And really, he goes by Jihad Jerry, but the marketing strategy has been Jerry Casale of Devo, like is how they're marketing it. Even I guess they're afraid to say, like, Warner Brothers or whatever label he's in is like afraid to say Jihad Jerry, probably. Because I mean, I can kind of understand why, because it's kind of like one of those words that might get you it might get this video banned or demonetized, but who knows. But yeah, that stuff's like, it's really cool. Jerry Casale has always been. I like Mark Mothersbaugh too, but I feel like a lot of people give Mark all the credit, like people who don't really follow Devo like that closely, and they forget to mention Jerry. Like Jerry is extremely crucial to that band, like in the sound of that band. And they're like, Mark and Jerry would split vocals too. It wasn't just Mark singing all the time. Like Jerry sang, I think, Whip It even. Like that was Jerry in the verses, and then Mark was singing in the choruses. But yeah, I mean, they were both equally as important in that band. And I mean, as were most of the other members too. I mean, but they were, they've had a couple of changing members throughout. But Mark and Jerry, the two main driving forces. And I love both those guys. Mark Mothersbaugh, of course, well, you might not know this, but he went on to do a lot of like soundtracks, and he did the soundtrack to Thor Ragnarok and like a bunch of movies, like even way before that. Like he's been doing that for a long time. And there's some really cool content of him on YouTube, just showing off his studio and all the cool gadgets he's got in there and stuff. And there's some really awesome videos of Jerry too. Like the reason why I like Jerry so much is he's just such an interesting guy and so intelligent. Like he can go on, like there's this one unreleased, I forget what it's called. It's like an unreleased Jerry Casale interview where they were making some documentary that the documentary never got finished. But there's like this 90 minute long like interview of Jerry Casale like in like the 90s, and he's like just the stories he tells are just so cool. Like it's really, really cool. I love listening to that guy talk. Anyway, JK says, I want to know more of the good stuff. Well, Jake, check out, okay, so bands to check out. Devo, of course. Check out Hardcore Devo. Like I said, Hardcore Devo Volume 1 and 2. It will blow your mind. It's like some of the weirdest music ever made. And like check out the videos too. Like, oh my God, there's like videos on YouTube of them from that era, and they are just disturbingly bizarre. Like you just have to see them. Like you totally have to see them. That stuff. Check out Brainiac. Brainiac are a great band from the 90s. Really, really crazy, synthy, garagey, just awesome music. Unfortunately, their career was like cut off way too short because their singer was in an accident and passed away when he was very young. And then who else? Trans Am, first couple Trans Am albums. Tortoise were another huge influence on me. I loved all the Tortoise albums, every single one of them. I think are masterpieces. Tortoise are just one of the best bands, like in my opinion, ever. Such great musicians all around. They all switch music all over the place, or switch instruments. Like everybody in the band plays drums basically, and they're all good, and like they're just such an awesome band. I love them. That's all the 90s type stuff. Newer stuff. What do I listen to that's more recent? Man, now I'm going blank. But there is a lot of newer stuff, too. I hate to sound like the old guy that only listens to old music. That's not the case. Like, I have a playlist. If you go down in my description of all my videos, there's a Spotify playlist. It's just called Anthill Recordings Curated or something like that, where I update it pretty regularly. And I have a lot of music, like new music that I'm listening to on there. I try to keep that one more into, like, the newer stuff, just to get it, keep it interesting. Cody says, totally, I hear the Devo and love it. Oh, cool, thanks, man. And Trans Nebula, I gotta go. Awesome stream. Might be back later. Okay, no problem, Trans. See you later. Thanks for coming on again. And Cody Johnson, by the way, I just happened to see the Damon Che video you made. Very rad. My favorite drummer. Very nice. Yeah, Damon. I've actually been in contact with Damon after making that video and had quite a bit of conversations with him. He's a really, really cool guy. He may come on a stream here at some point. We're still trying to figure that out. Yeah, I mean, I understand where he's coming from. He's been out of the limelight for a long time, so he's a little bit apprehensive about just jumping right back in. If you follow, like, he now does have a YouTube channel called Don Cab Official, and he has somebody helping him with that. And but he is slowly, slowly but steadily releasing new content on there and some older, concert footage and stuff. But yeah, it's been really cool because I made that video. I actually became kind of friends with him. I've talked to him on the phone, and we send texts back and forth. He's really cool. It's just really cool. He was always one of my favorite drummers too. A huge influence. And that's another one, Jake. Check out Don Caballero. Check out any album by Don Caballero. Actually, my favorites are Don Caballero 2. 2 is just such an insane album. I love that album. And probably after that would be American Dawn, and then probably World Class Listening Problem. But you can basically just pick any Don Caballero album, and they're all good. And just all going to have some of the most insane drumming you'll ever hear in your life. Like, Damon is such an original drummer. It's just really hard to explain. Like, and it's even, like, the more that I've watched him, and, like, especially after talking to him and, like, getting, kind of more information from him, it's almost more fascinating. Like, watching him play is such, he's got such a weird technique. That's by all traditional means is not good. Like, the way he hits his drums are bizarre. The way he sets up is like, it shouldn't even be possible to play the kind of stuff he plays. He literally, the way he sets his snare drum is so low to the ground and so tilted that every time he hits it, he literally has to move his knee out of the way. Like, if you watch him play, he's moving his knee over every single time he hits his snare drum. It's just like a bizarre way to play. But it's Damon, and he does it, and it sounds amazing when he does it, and he just has this style like nobody else has. Yeah, so definitely check out all those bands. You'll love all of them, Jake. If you're digging what I'm doing, you're going to love all that stuff because you can hear elements of all that stuff that I'm talking about in what I'm doing, for sure. So anyway, let's play. Did I just get no? Oh, what time is it? I feel like I'm not playing enough, talking too much. Let's play, you guys want to hear Ghost Image? Let's do that one. Oh, I do want to do 333 again, but I already played that one, so maybe I'll do that later. But let's do Ghost Image. So here we go. Okay, that was Ghost Image off of the album Polybius, which is also available on anthillrecordings.bandcamp.com. And Lampuric Pool. This is so cool. Thank you, Lampuric. Thanks for coming on and subscribing and commenting. That actually means quite a lot to me. So thanks, everybody. And yeah, that one's off of, when did that come out? I think it was 2017. Was it that long ago? Polybius? Somewhere around there. 2017. Yeah, I think it was 2017. Wow, it's a long time ago already. That one, Polybius has some drumming on it that I really spent a lot of time, like, kind of really thinking about the drum parts that I was doing on that album. And there's a couple of them, especially, like there's Helicopter Cop, and what are some of the other ones? And don't ask me to play Helicopter Cop, please, because I'm really out of practice on that one. I don't want to slaughter it. But that, like, I don't know. There's some, and the song Polybius. I've butchered that one on this stream a couple of times already, because, like, when I recorded that album, what I did is I basically, like, first, I almost never do this now. I programmed out all the drum parts in MIDI first, and, like, just made them as weird and as complex as I could, you know, and, like, that I wanted to do, and then I just learned how to play them. And so it was a different approach, and and it made me come up with stuff that I wouldn't normally come up with. So that's another reason why it's hard for me to perform them sometime. Although today on Ghost Image, I think I did better than I had on the other ones. So yeah. Insect Politics, says JK, and I will gladly do that one. That one's one of my favorite ones off of the newest album, 333. And Lampriac, I can't say that. Lampriac Pool. If you're new here, check out anthillrecordings.bandcamp.com. We have CDs you can pick up there. If you go to demonicsweaters.com and click on apparel, there's t-shirts. I have some more other ones down there. There's a bunch of different designs. And, if you want to stream me on all the streaming services, I'm there as well. And then if you want to pick up drumless versions of all these songs that I'm playing, they're on anthillrecordings.bandcamp.com as well. And if you buy the complete drumless library for $15, right now it has 25 songs on it. But as I add new material, and I have a bunch of new material I'm going to put on there in the next couple of days, you'll get all of the new stuff as well. So it's like a lot of drum tracks, or a lot of music tracks to play drums to, if you want to do that. And I would love to see people, playing these songs and, see their versions of them. And like I said, you don't have to play them exactly like how I play them. You can put your own spin on it. That would be really cool. And thanks for following there, Space Goblin, on Twitch. Nice to see a lot of people on Twitch today. This is really cool. All right, let's go ahead and try Insect Politics. And the problem, what happens to me is sometimes I mix up the beginning of Insect Politics with 333. And in fact, that happened when I started 333 the last time. But maybe you didn't notice. But I'm going to redo 333 later because I want to get a good version of that for this stream for the edit. But let's go ahead and do Insect Politics. Here we go for JK, Insect Politics. Oh, wait. I always forget to mention the title, why I called this song Insect Politics. If you've ever seen The Fly with Jeff Goldblum, it's a line in there. So, yeah, that's it. I just wanted to say that. It's a great movie. It's awesome. I'm a huge horror fan, and I think that's one of my favorite horror films ever is The Fly with Jeff Goldblum. It's just such a good one. Anyway, here we go. Insect Politics. All right, that was Insect Politics off the newest album, 333. Once again, you can pick that up at anthillrecordings.bandcamp.com. Thanks for requesting that, Jake K. And thanks again for following Space Goblin on Twitch. And I'm glad to see so many of you out there today. This is awesome. But yeah, that one, that's the TD-3, the Behringer TD-3 on the bass that I programmed using all the internal sequencing parts, ability that you can do on the TD-3, which is really cool. It's just such a cool little box. I love that thing. It's a TB-303, like a Roland TB-303 clone. And that thing's a lot of fun. And then the synth, like all the lead parts were from the Behringer Crave, which is basically like a Mother 32, which is what I was talking about before. So yeah, you can pick that up. AnthillRecordings.bandcamp.com. You can stream it on all the streaming services. And if you want to play drums to it, you can pick that up in the Drumless library, which is at AnthillRecordings.bandcamp.com as well. So anyway, sorry, I'm out of breath. Let's see, what's next? Hot Dog, says Joe DeLeon. How's it going, Joe? Any relation to... you probably heard this before. It's kind of a stupid joke. I was going to say, any relation to the guys from the STP, Stone Temple Pilots? They were the DeLeon brothers, weren't they? The guitarist and the bass player. Surprisingly, I actually really like that band. It's so weird. Like, when I was, like, in the 90s, I actually didn't like STP at all, Stone Temple Pilots, but, like, now, for some reason, when I hear them, I just think they're great. Like, I totally love that band. Anyway, a little side note there. Like, maybe because I just became nostalgic for all that, like, there was so much rock in the 90s. It was so cool. Joe DeLeon, bravo. Thanks, Joe. Yeah, there was so much rock in the 90s. And I feel like, it's just kind of, it's sad that it's not that, there's no, like, big rock bands anymore. Like, and it's also sad that, like, almost every single singer from all the big rock bands in the 90s are dead. Like, almost all of them. The only one that's still around is Eddie Vedder. Like, every single other, like, grunge singer is gone. Like, it's crazy. No relation. Okay, I know, it's a dumb joke. Sorry. But there's a chance. Slight chance. 1 in a million. But, yeah, they're... I always love the bass player's stage presence, too. Like, he's got that, like, menacing stage presence when he plays. It's really cool. Anyway, let's do another one. Maybe I should do... Should I do 333 again? Try to get a better version? Let's do that. Some of you guys weren't here the first time I played it, so I'm going to go ahead and do it. Let's do 333. This is off the album 333, obviously. Title track. Let me just... For some reason, every time I hear, like, my space on the beginning of that, let me just play a little second of it so I can hear that beginning and get it in my mind again. There we go. Okay, so that's all I needed. Serpent Rider. Jake, I don't have that one as a drumless version. That one was all played on a sample pad. There's a video of me playing that song live, but I did it all with finger, like I was doing like finger drumming. I'll send you the... I'll post after I do this video, in the comments section down below, I'll post a link to that live version of that song. I've wanted to do that live, but I just don't really know how to do it. I'd have to think about it. James says the saddest part of rock is that the Foo Fighters are the biggest band now. FYI, I hate them. I don't hate the Foo Fighters. I mean, I don't think they're... I love Dave Grohl. And I like what's the drummer's name for the Foo Fighters? Tyler, what's his name? Anyway, I love both those guys. I think they're awesome dudes, and I like the project that the drummer does, his solo project, better than the Foo Fighters, honestly. And the Foo Fighters have, I think, a couple of really good songs, but for the most part, their stuff kind of falls flat, I think. It's just kind of boring. But live, I think they're really good. And I think that I think Dave Grohl is just an amazingly cool person and musician. I just think he's great. Hey, thanks for the follow there, LunarSec. And Calamarine says, hello, what patches have you put on the drums? Thanks, greetings. Well, since you just asked that, actually, if you go to my recent videos, I actually just posted a video of this entire, like all these drum kits that I'm using for all of these songs. You can actually download them. Like if you have a TD-6, you can install them all on a TD-6. And I in the video, I show what each one is and the name of each one. They're all custom patches that I made, and you can download and install it, and it's free. So yeah, you can check that out if you want. So what was I doing? 333. Let me have a drink of coffee first. Sorry for the squeaking of the microphone. And thanks for the follow, Lunar Sec. Man, Twitch is like really coming alive today. This is awesome. Thank you so much. I haven't had much until today. This is like the most activity I've gotten on Twitch. So thank you, and I hope you enjoy the stream. And Calamarines, yeah, check that out. Do you have a TD-6? So yeah, we'll talk about that when I get done with this song. I don't want to wait too long before I forget it again. So I already did. All right, let me hear the. Oh yeah, dun, 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 dun. Okay, so here we go. This is called 333. It's off of the album 333. All right, that was 333 off the album 333. Still screwed up, but it was better than the first time. But I got mixed up on a couple of parts there. But I don't think it was too noticeable though. I might end up putting that one in the edit. We'll see. So Guy Marzello, thanks for coming on the stream. Wow, this is Coolness Plus. Thank you. I really do appreciate that. Jake K, I see you get happy when you nail certain parts in this song. Yeah, for sure. I don't know why. It's like, this one's like, I'm not playing anything super difficult. Well, the drum solo part in the middle is a little, as long as I keep it under control there, like that's the, and actually those, both times I did the solo part just fine. But it was like the other parts where I was having weird issues. But yeah, as long as I just keep that, like that solo section and don't try to go too crazy, then I usually end up doing just fine. But if I get too excited and I try to throw in something too insane, then I kind of, I don't know, it can be a train wreck. So I just try to keep it under control. Joe DeLeon says, outstanding. Thank you, Joe. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. So what should I do next? Any requests? Anything off the drum list library you guys want to hear? 25 songs there. If you want to pick that up, it's $15. You can get all these tracks, drumless versions of all these tracks. And there's 25 songs. And as I add new material to the drumless tracks, you'll get all of those for free. So if you want to support me and my channel, you can pick that up or pick up anything else that's there on anthillrecordings.bandcamp.com. Calamarine says, the basses with which you play, are they yours? Do you mean like bass guitars? Or what do you mean exactly? Bass drums? I'm a little confused on your question. Can you clarify? JK says, you know, I'm always going to ask you to play Ice Cream Pirate and Human Modification Systems. Ooh, 11. Okay, Cody. Yeah, thank you. I will play 11. Jake, I know you asked me to play those, and I maybe let's do those next time, because I've played those on the past. Well, I can play them. I mean, I don't want to turn down requests, so we'll get to those after. But let's go ahead and do 11 first. 11 is a lot of fun to play, and it's a long one. You know, it is a long one, but it's this is another one. These are my favorite type of drum parts to do. And this is a similar type of thing that I do in Cybot, like that new one that I played earlier, where it's like this, it's like almost like a simple repeating pattern, but it's kind of like, it puts me in a trance when I play this kind of stuff. I really enjoy playing these kind of rhythms. And this one actually, it's called 11 because it's in 11/8. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that. This one's a lot of fun to do. So anyway, here we go. Oh, Colin Marines, what kick pedal do you use? That's what you're asking. This is a PDP. What is the model of this thing? Somebody help me out. I think one of you guys has the same pedal that watches my streams sometimes. I know one of you guys has one. It's a PDP. I can't. It's like a 500 series or something like that. But it's nice. I've had this. I've talked about this pedal before. I've had this pedal since like 2008. Like, it's a really, really good pedal, and I've never had a single issue with it. It just feels really nice, and it's reliable. I mean, PDP stuff just, you know, they're basically DWs. You know, they're pretty much the same. I mean, they're the same company. PDP is just their stuff that gets made in Asia, whereas DW gets made in the USA. But it's PDP stuff's great. I really like it. All their hardware is awesome. I really like PDP and Tama hardware. Are my two favorite as far as the hardware. Well, DW hardware is nice too. And I'm a big fan of Tama drums. Yes, it is chain. It's a double chain. There's two chains on it, like right here. It's like two side by side. Okay, so here we go. This is 11. This one is off of the album In Depth. All right, that was 11 off of In Depth. And Calamarines, the chain is best for pedals. I prefer chains personally. They have like strap drives and direct drives, but I've tried all those and I always go back to a chain. I like a chain drive the best. But some people like the belt drives, you know, and like the other types of drives. But personally, I can't get a lot of power out of anything other than a chain. And what I mean is the bass you play are yours. You have made them. Well, my bass drum is it's a Tama Club-Jam. This whole kit is a Tama Club-Jam Mini, but I converted everything to electronic. So yeah, and the trigger here, this is homemade. I made this trigger. I have some other triggers, but for all the other drums, they're store-bought triggers, but for some reason, like, none of the ones that I buy work as good as the one I make on my bass drum. So I play a homemade trigger on the bass drum. It seems to work the best. Let's see. Cody says, man, this is dope. I listen to In Depth while I program a lot. Oh, cool. That's really awesome. Really cool to hear it live. Unrelated, are you a Todd Trainer of Shellac fan as well? Sure. I don't love Shellac. Like, I mean, I like them. I saw them. I went to see them play. I love Steve Albini, obviously. Like, everybody loves Steve Albini. And I think the drummer is good, totally. Like, he's got a cool style, and his drums sound awesome. I always like when I saw him too. I like how he played concert toms. Like, he didn't have bottom heads on his drums. They had like a lot of pop. Like, they sounded really cool. But Steve Albini, like, as a front man, honestly, I don't really like him that much. I mean, I love him as an engineer and like respect him greatly in the music community and all the work that he's done. And he's another guy I just love hearing him talk. You know, I can listen to him for hours. But not a big fan of Big Black or Shellac or, you know, any of the projects where he's been like the front person. I don't know. There's something about him as a front man that I just don't really get into. I mean, I think it's cool. Like I said, I'll go see him. Like, when I saw Shellac live, they were awesome. You know, I really enjoyed it. But I just don't really listen to their albums. Let's see. Oh, thanks for following on Twitch, Calamarines. Man, Twitch, you guys are awesome, man. I'm getting a lot of support on Twitch today. This is great. Joe DeLeon, wow, nice. Thanks, Joe. And Calamarines, sorry for my English. It's translated by Google. Oh, no worries. No worries. I think I got what you're asking. Hopefully I answered your question and you understood it. Let's see. Jake K, I know you requested Ice Cream Pirate and Human Modification Systems, Inc., but maybe I'll just do one of those. Let's do Ice Cream Pirate. And then if anybody else has another request, feel free to shout out. So yeah, let's do Ice Cream Pirate. Let me switch to my kit here that I'm using. This one's always fun to play too. I like this one a lot. So okay, here we go. Ice Cream Pirate off of Can You Draw Me? All right, that was Ice Cream Pirate off of Can You Draw Me, which again, you can pick that up on CD. Right there, Can You Draw Me on CD. You can pick that up at anthillrecordings.bandcamp.com. You can also stream it, download it, do all of that stuff. You can do it on all the streaming services too if you don't want to get a physical copy. Let's see here. James said, JK, no worries. You do my requests every week. Yeah, no problem. I'll get back to that one on the next one. Calamarines, the pedal you use for the hi-hat is an acoustic one. Yeah, it's an acoustic hi-hat stand. It's a Tama hi-hat stand. And I have a Roland VH-11 hi-hat, which has basically like a hi-hat controller. And there's like the VH-10, the VH-11, the VH-12. And they're all pretty similar, but it's good. I prefer that over everything. Actually, I have like a Go eDrum hi-hat, or not? Yeah, I do have a Go eDrum, and then I also hi-hat controller, and then I also have a Lemon one. The Lemon one is great, except for the actual hi-hat cymbal is way too floppy. But I actually fixed that. I'm gonna make a video about how to fix it pretty soon. Let's see. James asked, what's his song called? Yeah, it's called Ice Cream Pirate. And also, hi, Justin. Me and my girlfriend are tuned in. Very cool. Thanks for coming on, whatever. Thanks for watching. I really do appreciate it. And Jake, yeah, answered the name there of the song, Ice Cream Pirate. And the epic feel of this song just doesn't get old to me. Thanks, Jake. Cody Johnson, thanks for the love. And Joe DeLeon, woohoo. Thank you, guys. Let's do... I'm only going to do like one or two more because I've already been streaming pretty long time already, actually, and I know my neighbors hate me. So I want to at least, make them hate me a little bit less. Let's see. How about, man, should I try Helicopter Cop? I would love to get a good version of this one. James 333, I already did it twice and like messed it up both times. So I think I'll save that one for the next stream. But thanks for the request. I guess I could do it again. If you really want to hear it, maybe I'll do it again. Should I? Anybody else vote for 333 for the third time? That would actually be pretty appropriate, actually. Play 333 3 times. Maybe I'll get it right the third time. Anybody else? Any other votes for 333? Do I have a third vote? Anyone? Bueller? Okay. All right, let's do it. Third time. All right, so we got 3 votes for 333 and the third time of playing it. I don't know. Something weird might happen. This may be really strange. So we'll see, though. Let's do it. Let me make sure I'm on the first time I was on the wrong drum kit, so this time I'm on the right drum kit. The second time I played the verse before the chorus, and I don't know, I did something weird. But let's see if I can get it right this time. If not, then I think that's the last one for today. Anyway, good combination with the pedals of acoustic set and the heads of Maya. Yeah, I prefer like this, like having acoustic drums converted to electronic personally. I just think it's more fun to play. Okay, so here we go. This is 333. Again, for the third time. Oh, already. I think that one was probably the best out of the three, even though I didn't quite like the solo section as much as the other two. But, sorry, I keep getting like a zillion texts here from my family. I don't even know what they're... it doesn't look like it's about anything important. It's like just weather texts. But it's like a group chat. Everybody's freaking out about the weather. But yeah, I keep getting like a zillion notifications. I need to turn that off on my MacBook. It's really annoying. Let's see. Third time's a charm, says Joe DeLeon. Yeah, thanks. And JK Demonic Sweaters breaks the internet with 333. Nailed it. Girlfriend is trying to read her Kindle, but has me drumming on her legs. Ha ha ha. That's awesome. So speaking of drumming, if you want to drum these songs for yourself, there's drumless versions you can download at antillrecordings.bandcamp.com. There's the full drumless library there, 25 songs. And as I add new material, new drumless songs to it, you'll get all of those for free. If you purchase that full drumless library, all of the new ones will be included on that. So yeah, check that out. And that's the way you can support me if you want to support me, or you can just stream me on Spotify or Apple Music, all that stuff. But I don't use Patreon or anything like that because, like, I figure why go through all the extra work of setting up rewards and all this stuff on Patreon when I already have rewards, music on Bandcamp. So if you want to support me, you can even subscribe through Bandcamp too if you want to do that. I release a lot of music, so it might be worth it. You'll get everything I release for a subscription fee. Anyway, let's do one more, then I'm going to get out of here. And I think I would like... Should I try Helicopter Cop? Man, I haven't done that in so long. Should I do it? I kind of want to try it. If I pull it off good, it'll be really great to have a good version, a live version of that. So yeah, I'll give it a shot. I'll try Helicopter Cop. It might suck. I'm going to warn you. It might suck. Column Marines, what drum sounds do you use on the module? Well, yes, these are on the module, but they're all programmed by me. They're all custom kits. And if you go to my recent video uploads, you'll see I have a TD-6 custom kits, 10 custom kits, and it's all the kits you're hearing me play today, and I posted them there for download. So if you watch, there's the recent, I think it's in my past 3 videos or so, and it's free. So you can go there and you can download. If you have a TD-6, you can use the MIDI connection to transfer all the custom kits that I made for the TD-6 onto your TD-6. And I think they sound nice. I love the TD-6. It's a great module. You can find these things for super cheap and they sound good. So yeah, check that out. All right, so let's do Helicopter Cop. I'm just going to do my best. Which kit should I use? That's another thing. I never really knew. I know which one. I'll use... because that can make all the difference. I think the wide kit's probably the best for that. This is another one off of Polybius. So this one's got some wacky drum parts in it. Okay, so here we go. Maybe I'll do it, if I really screwed up, maybe I'll do it 2 times in a row. But we'll see. Helicopter Cop off of Polybius. All right, let's do that again. The first time, I forgot how many clicks there were before it came in. The second time, I was remembering the part. So I think I have it now. Let's try it again. Helicopter Cop. Oh, that was horrible. I totally forgot the second part. Okay, hold on 1 second. That's how it goes. All right, I'm going to do this again. We'll get it. We'll get it. We'll get it. Helicopter Cop. Whew. Okay, well, it's still not perfect, but I think that was the best one out of all the times I've attempted that one here. That one actually is harder on an electronic kit. It was easier on an acoustic kit. And I only really screwed up like one fill, but it was pretty bad. It was a pretty bad screw up. I don't know. I kind of want to do it again. Should I do it again? Is it weird if I do them over and over again? Does that bother you guys? I could probably do it better if I did it one more time. And then that would be the end of the stream, probably. And let's see. JK says, yes, you definitely should. Oh, that was earlier. Calamarine says, your voice is only heard through the left channel. That's because I had it on stereo. When I go like this, then it's through the left. But when it's like that, it's in the middle. But I have to put it to the stereo version, so my drums are in stereo when I play. Sounded good, man, says Jake. Cody says, do it again. Okay. JK says, do it. I'll do it again. Let's do it again. Let's make it better. Why not? And then that's going to be all. So again, helicopter cop, and I just have to keep it under control. It's the main rhythm in that part is what gets me, because well, this one's in 7/4 as well, and there's that like, so it's like I reverse the hi-hat, like, you know, instead of keeping it steady, I'm going like over and over again, and that for some reason it trips me up. So anyway, here we go, helicopter cop, one more time. Oh man, I was so good up until that point. That was awful. Oh man, it was funny though. I tried to go for comic relief. It was just I completely lost the groove. Yeah, that's a tough one, and plus I haven't practiced it at all. All right, I can't end the stream like that though. I've got to do one more good one. So let's do an easy one. Let's do an easy one. Let's do, how about, I know a lot of you guys like, well, I didn't do Pathways. But what's the one I was thinking of? There's, where is it? I can't remember the names of my own songs. Captain Flange. So we could do Captain Flange. That one's pretty easy. So let's go ahead and do that one. And we'll end the stream with this one. Because I feel like now that I said that it's easy and I could do it without messing up, I'm probably going to play it horribly. But anyway, here we go. Captain Flange. This one's off of the 2080s. All right, yeah, that was Captain Flange. And now there's 17 of you out there. It's the most all day, so maybe I should keep playing a little bit. I know my neighbors are going to kill me. Let's see. Joe DeLeon, almost 7. Yeah, almost for... I could try Helicopter Cop again. This would be the first time I'd done 2 songs 3 times in the same stream. Let's see. What not to do is stop, says Colin Marines. Yeah, that's true. But I don't know. Maybe I should have stopped on the one where I messed up really badly. It was so bad. Ghost Main, what's the drum trigger that I keep hearing about? Also amazing drumming as usual. Drum triggers are basically things that convert drums to electronic. Like, they're sensors, basically. I have like, yeah, these little red things on the drums, and then on my bass drum too, if you look right here, that black thing, these red things, these are triggers. And so I'm not mic'd. These are actually all electronic sounds that you're hearing. And this is all, they're acoustic drums, but I converted them to electronic so I can play in my apartment. And these are all mesh heads on here. And then these are rubber trigger cymbals. So, yeah. Cody Johnson says, man, I love the double bass in the fills. Thanks. Yeah, I went a little crazier on the double bass in that song than I usually do, but I was feeling it. So that was fun. Okay, let's do Helicopter Cop one more time. Maybe I should try a different kit. Maybe that's the problem. Yeah, that's it. It was the kit. That was the problem. Which one should I do? That one sounds pretty. The vintage kit, but I did that in the past and it never really worked. Maybe Draw Me? Nah, it's too clicky. I don't know. I kind of like the one I tried it with, the wide kit. All right, I'll do it one more time. I know I keep saying this is the last time, but this is really the last time. I want to get this one right, damn it. So this is Helicopter Cop off of the album Polybius. And sorry if you've been watching this and heard me play this song 3 times, but apparently you guys don't seem to mind. So thanks. It'd be funny if you went to see a band like in a club and they were doing this. Like just, okay, let me do that again. That sucked. Let me do it one more time. But the reason is, I mean, I have a valid reason for doing this because I do the edits afterwards, you know, and I edit these back together and cut out all the talking and the bad versions, and then I have like a good, you know, one like playthrough of all the stuff. So anyway, here we go. Do it one more time. And if I don't get it right this time, this is really the last time I'm trying it. If I can find it now. Where'd it go? There's a lot of songs in this file. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Okay, here we go. All right, that was probably the best one. So thanks everybody. Thanks for putting up with me for that. And Joe DeLeon, always the kit/gear. In regards to something. Ghost Main says, thanks for the info. You're welcome. Colin Marines, pleasure to see you play. I have to go. Bye until next time. Thanks for coming by. Thanks for all of the support. I really do appreciate that. It means a great deal. A lot. Very nice job, says Ghost Main. Thank you. Thank you. And Joe DeLeon, awesome. Thanks for sharing the dope music and chops. Inspiration Tuesday. Thank you, man. I really do appreciate that. It means a lot that you guys come here and check this stuff out. Corey Bentley, can you request a song? Well, Corey, but do you know the rules of the requests? I don't do covers, so it has to be one off of the Drumless tracks library. But if you request one of those, I could do it. So, yeah. And I was going to wrap it up here, but if you have one that's off of that, if you wanted me to do a cover, I don't do that. I'm sorry. I've gotten into that on here before, but the reason why I don't do it is just a couple of reasons. I mean, one is I have a lot of original material, and two, I don't like copyright stuff. I like to own the rights to everything I do, so that's why I don't do covers. So yeah, if it's a cover, just let me know that it's a cover, if it's so that way I can tell you no. And then if it's not a cover, if it's one off the Drumless Tracks library on anthillrecordings.bandcamp.com, I'll do that. So, but yeah, thanks for the interest though, like totally. I mean, I really do appreciate it, even if it is a cover you want me to play. Chad Sandborg, great stuff as usual. Thank you so much. And Ghost Main, do a song from Infant Annihilator. Moon, okay. All right, good. I can do that. Ghost Main would love to hear some gent death metal. I don't think I could play that stuff, honestly. That's just not my style. Okay, I can do Moon. Let's do that one. That one's good. I can end it on a good note. Well, hopefully I didn't jinx it, but that one I usually play fairly decent because it's not super hard and it's short. So, but this will really be the last song. I know I've said that like a million times already, but I have to stop. This has been a really long stream. So, here we go. Moon, and this is off of In Depth. All right, that was Cy Moon, and that's the last one for today off of In Depth, and you can pick that up at anthillrecordings.bandcamp.com, as well as all these other songs and albums. If you want to get the drumless library, you can do that. It's 25 songs right now, and every time I add new songs to it, you'll get all of those for free. So if you want to play this music for yourself, you can do that. Just pick up the drumless library at anthillrecordings.bandcamp.com, and then you can also stream everything, like the completed versions on all the streaming services, and pick those up there as well. There's also CDs and T-shirts. T-shirts at demonicsweaters.com under apparel. And what cymbal brand are those? Asks Relaxing Sleep and Spa. These are Lemon cymbals, the ride and the crash, and then the hi-hats are Roland VH-11. Corey Bentley asks, how old are you, bro? I'm 45 years old, believe it or not. Hopefully you believe it or not. Analytical Venom. Like those lights, by the way. Thanks. Yeah, I have a couple lights. They're all cheap Amazon things, but they work pretty good. Well done. Thank you for sharing your amazing talent. Thanks, Chad. Thank you. Thanks for coming on. And I really, really appreciate you guys being here and just watching the stream, commenting, hanging out. It really, really means a lot. Like, totally. I mean, I can't even tell you how much it means. It's really amazing. Like, I love it. So, and these streams are a lot of fun. I love doing this. This is like one of my new favorite. It's probably my favorite thing to do now, actually. It's just so much fun, to play, especially doing it every week. It's just like a real challenge, to be able to do this every week, and keeps my chops up too, except for when I try to play Helicopter Cop and 333 apparently. And also, check out the new album 333. It's on all the streaming services, and you can pick that up at anthillrecordings.bandcamp.com. I know I sound like a broken record, but if you want to support my channel and support what I do, do something there. Or pick something, do something there. Do something. Anthillrecordings.bandcamp.com. I don't use Patreon, so that's the best way to support me is by going there and picking up an album, picking up a CD, buying a T-shirt from demonicsweaters.com under apparel. You can stream me. You can share links, if you have Facebook and all that stuff or whatever. Instagram, put me in your stories. Anything helps, really. Any of this stuff. Relaxing Sleep and Spa, or Relaxing Sleep and Spa. Why not? Why TD-6v and not Roland TD-17? Because I don't have the Roland TD-17 anymore. Well, long story short, I bought the TD-27 and then sold the TD-17 because I spent so much money on the TD-27, and then I bought a bunch of synths, and so I sold the TD-27 because I spent so much money on the synths. So back down to the TD-6. But I honestly, though, I kind of like the TD-6 better. Like, even though, no, it doesn't sound technically as good, obviously. Like, it doesn't sound as realistic. Now, I'll take back, it's good, because I think it sounds great, actually. But I know it doesn't sound as realistic, but I don't always want realistic sounds, personally. I want, like this kit is like very synthetic sounding, but that's exactly what I want, and I think it sounds really cool. And the TD-6 has a lot of the same samples that were in the TD-8, and I really loved the TD-8. I had it for a while too. Sold it on Reverb, and then UPS lost it. But eventually turned back up to the guy who bought it like 6 months later, which was really strange. Like, where did it go for 6 months? Where was it? But he ended up getting it for free because Reverb had refunded his money. But anyway, long story. Still, though, it's weird. I'm so curious as to what happened to it and where it was for 6 months. It's just, I've never had a package do that, like go missing for a really long period of time and then just suddenly show up. I thought that was just really strange. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. I'm glad all of you guys are here. And like I said, next week I won't be on, but I'll be back on the week after that. So I think that's like the, what? I can't remember. Whatever date that is. Not next Tuesday, but the following Tuesday, I'll be back on the stream. And if you live in the New York City area, I'm going to be playing live, actually, on the 4th at this place called Wonderville. Wonderville is a indie arcade. Like, and what I mean, it's like all indie games, like arcade games made by people that live in Brooklyn. you know, and then hang out in Brooklyn and stuff. So if you are in the New York City area and you want to come see me in person and live, you can go there on September 4th. I'm playing, I think, at 7:30 p.m. or 7 p.m. I'm the first act, so come early, hang out, and that'll be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to play my electronic kit. Not this one. I'm playing the same basic setup. It's just a different version of it. It's the littler Club-Jam, the Club-Jam Flyer. But I'm still using the TD-6 module, and everything's the same. All the sounds will be exactly the same. And I'm playing a stripped-down version of this set. It's going to be like a 40-minute long set. So if you're around, I don't think any of you are, though. I don't think anybody that comes here, at least now, and hangs out on my channel lives in New York. But if you do, it'd be awesome to meet you guys. Anyway, thanks for coming on again and hanging out. And I'm going on and on forever, so I'm finally going to end the stream. And I'll see you guys in a couple of weeks. And I'll probably upload a video or two in the meantime. But next stream in 2 weeks. All right.